Today we're going to focus on some double tonguing exercises. The first one here is we're going to play a long tone. So start on that F above the staff. Really feel the air engage and keep a nice solid tone all the way across. Then we're going to add in 4 tas. I keep them nice, long, and connected. The air is moving through the tongue. Okay, don't worry about the tongue in this exercise. Really focus on your air and what your air is doing. The tongue will do everything on its own. Okay, and then we tried the back half of the double tongue, the ka or the ga. Right, so if you can say that, you can double tongue. Okay. And you do 4 of those ka, the back of the double tongue. So here's the whole exercise. And you can repeat that as many times as you need. What the goal is that you want to make sure that your back half of your double tongue sounds the same as your front half, so the ta part. You want to work to get this ka really strong. If you think about it, you've spent the last however many years you've been playing the flute learning how to say ta accurately without disrupting the sound. Well, we have to do the same thing to strengthen that back half of the double tongue, the ka back here, to get that to be just as strong and not mess with the sound that you're producing. So we go up chromatically. Okay, now there I was doing hold the note, ta, 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 ka, 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 ka. Some people say da and ga instead of ta and ka. Whatever works for you, you might want to play around the syllables. I suggest if you're starting with this, or if you know that you're not very confident in your double tonguing, start with ta, ka, and that seems to help get the syllable in the back. But basically what the tongue is doing is it's ricocheting back and forth, doing ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka in your mouth, and it just helps make you play a lot faster. Okay, again, the goal is to maintain the sound all the way through. That's why we play that long tone. So we know what our most ideal sound is, and then we put in the ta and the ka. Once you feel confident with that exercise, I would try doing another one where we're going to actually just go up a scale. Okay, so let's just start on our C major scale, and we're going to go up and only say a ka. So we go. You can work through this on all your scales. Your goal is to get that sound to be just the same as your ta, right? That's ta. Now here's ka. Hopefully they sound the same, okay? And that's what you're working for on this. Do it very, very slowly, okay? Anytime you're doing something, a slow exercising band or something, and you want to practice your double tonguing, you can just practice starting each syllable with ka instead of ta. It'll just help you start to understand what you have to do to make the shape in your mouth the same, but say ka and let that air through your double tongue. Okay, once you feel secure with that, then we're going to start doing a little bit more rapid passages on the scale. So here's our C major scale, and we're going to do taka taka ta, taka taka ta, taka taka ta as we go up. You can go up however many octaves you're doing on the flute. You want to try and do this. Now when you get to the bottom part of the flute and onto that foot joint, the double tonguing becomes more difficult. Regular tonguing becomes more difficult. But just try and stick in the middle range for right now if you're just learning and you want to improve your double tonguing. You're noticing that I'm staying on the same note, right? I'm going C, 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 D, 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 E, 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 E. And it's really important you get that nice and even. So taka, taka, taka is even rhythmically, and also that it's producing the same quality of tone, right? It's even tone-wise. The last exercise that we're going to do today is going to focus on getting the fingers coordinated with the double tongue. Now, this is the most tricky part for many students to figure out how to line these up. Well, the trick of it is that you don't actually worry about the tongue lining up with the fingers. What we do is we play with rhythmical fingers and you get the tongue really even rhythmically so that they just fit together and you don't have to worry about coordinating so many things. So now we're going to put the metronome on 90 and we're going to play this Tuffanel and Gobert. This is number 1, but you can play any exercise that's just the first 5 notes of a major scale. Okay, it's going to sound like this. Taka 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 ta. Taka 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 ta. Okay, here I'm going back and forth between slurring 8 notes and then tonguing 8 notes. Sometimes I'll throw in an actual outside taka 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 ta, and I'll say that outside without playing the flute, right? Okay, this is important because the fingers have to be really rhythmic. So in the slur, we focus on 1 E enda, 2 E enda, 1 with the metronome. These fingers have to be really accurate or they won't line up with the tongue. And then outside, you're going to say taka 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 ta in rhythm with your metronome. Taka 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 ta. And finally, you try and put it on the flute. Okay, I would do this with every scale. We'll go up, that was D major, now we're going to do E flat. With the metronome, it is... Taka 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 ta. And taka 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 ta. Okay, and then we'll go E major. You notice that first one wasn't very even, so I made sure it's even with the fingers. Taka 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 ta. And okay, once you get this really solid rhythmically, the fingers will have no problem playing it as fast as your tongue does it. As long as your tongue is rhythmic and your fingers are rhythmic, it's really not a problem. Again, start with those first exercises if you're new to this or if you struggle with double tonguing. Putting multiple notes on multiple tonguing syllables on one note is an important first step. So you go up your scale. Before you start doing. Okay, and then you gradually learn to speed it up. Right? So keep in mind a few important things. The tongue is not the important part here. We're focusing on the air going through the instrument and keeping a good embouchure control of the tone. Okay, the tongue will work. If you can say taka 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 ta, whatever speed you want to go, then you'll be able to play this double tonguing. Okay, rhythm in the fingers, number 2, most important thing. Even double tongue and rhythm in the fingers is going to really help you play any passage that you need to with any of the Mozart concertos or anything that you need double tonguing for. Good luck, happy practicing.